Hey guys, let's talk about integrity today. More when I return on the Eric McNeal Be Free Show.
Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hey guys, welcome. You've just discovered the Eric McNeal Be Free Show, where it's all about being financially independent, responsible for self, enjoying life, and empowering others free. So today, I just want to vent a little bit and talk about integrity. I posted something on my Facebook page today, and it just basically said that I'm no angel, but I'm deeply saddened by how easily so many people compromise their integrity these days, right? And so I want to talk about a little bit more about that and go into details. We are building a sustainable community in Ghana called Migrating Culture Crossing, and it is a community being built on 200 acres, which is going to be the largest sustainable community of its kind within Africa. And in order to do this, we have to have integrity. There is no way that people will work with us and trust us with their money if we didn't have integrity. I'm gonna tell you, we have, people sending us hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they have to have faith that we're going to do the right thing, right? There's no amount of protection in the law that can protect that. The people you do business with, you have to have faith in them that they're going to do the right thing. You know, when I'm working with vendors, like in China and stuff, if they didn't have any type of integrity about them, there's nothing I can do once I send them that money. So I have to have faith that their company is going to deliver. And likewise, people who do business with us have to have faith that we're going to deliver. And so in order to establish that faith, you have to first have some integrity about you. And I have been in Ghana since 2016, and I've seen a lot of business people who just lack integrity, and it's just been baffling to me. It's been very, very just surreal sometimes in how some of the business people think here. So when we got involved, or actually early on when I came to Ghana, let me talk about this. I was part of a WhatsApp group, right? And it was your typical, we blacker than black WhatsApp group. Somebody put me on, and they, asked me to join the group, or actually she added me to the group. And so, I used to contribute to the conversation, and, people would appreciate my point of view. But then, when I started basically correcting people about some of their extreme behavior and their extreme thinking, then that's when my views became unwanted, so to speak, right? Because I believe in, supporting black businesses and black people working together to achieve things, but there comes a time when you also have to realize that black people can do wrong just like anybody else. They're not always right, and everything black is not right, so I would correct people and tell them, if the thinking, the behavior was extreme and dangerous, I would gladly correct them. And so in this group where everything that was black was right, Hey, boy, they didn't like that. They didn't like that. And I would show them examples of how, black people do just as much wrong as any other group of people, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that. They couldn't offer no clear rebuttals. They just offered anger. And I just refused to be a part of that anger club. So eventually, they threw me out of the group. It was like, psh, he's out, after one of my comments, like, psh, he's gone. But people who were part of the group, a lot of people said, wait, no, you can't just put Eric out the group like that just because, of his, uh, beliefs and it's like, he's telling you just don't put something like if we're trying to grow a community, then how on earth are we going to grow a community if people can't even express themselves and where does it, stop? So a lot of those people eventually also left the platform just based on them putting me off the platform. A lot of other people left the platform and we started a new platform, right? Just simply because they saw that Eric McNeal has integrity and the powers to be or the people over the group did not have as much integrity as this guy. So that integrity goes a long way. And now I see, when I was put off the group, some people sent me some of the comments from some of the people that were still on the group. And, a lot of them came out in my defense. But there was some who were like, good, and I kind of knew who that they would be. Like, yeah, just let them go, get rid of them. Nobody need, but now listen at this. That's been, what, maybe couple years now? Couple years. And some of those same people who were adamant about getting me off this platform, getting me out of this group, and that, he's a bad one, they're coming back around now to me, right? They're coming back. I see them coming and befriending me on my social media, and they're wanting to hear what I'm writing about, what I'm talking about, what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, I held on to my integrity. And when it came down to it, they see that when the going gets tough, then you better have some people who have some integrity around you. And Eric McNeal is one of those people. He's not going to so easily give up his integrity. I want to show you this image. You see this image? Right? So this image shows what I mean when we talk about integrity. You have this guard, asking the person, okay, what is 2 plus 2? Isn't it 5? He's trying to make the person believe that 2 plus 2 is 5, and the person says, no, it is 4. And therefore, he's going to kill the person because the person does not flinch on his integrity. The person does not give up his integrity. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's it. Can't see it any other way. And because you don't see that 2 plus 2 is 5, we're going to get rid of you. And this is what we have going on today, guys. A lot of the powers to be are trying to get you to believe that 2 plus 2 is 5. And if you say that 2 plus 2 is 4, then they eliminate you. I mean, so you can't speak. Oh, you can't. We don't want you putting this on YouTube. You can't tell us, you don't believe that this is how the pandemic went down. You don't believe that this is how, that these vaccines good. You don't believe that, all this stuff is not a world reset. You don't believe in what we're doing. Well, we're going to eliminate you. We're going to take your voice away. We're going to make it hard for you in society. And this is what they're doing so that you compromise your integrity, right? You better look around you. You know, some of you guys that are embracing some of this foolishness that you see going on today, you better look around you and ask, what side of history do you want to be on when it comes down to it, right? Early on in this stuff, when I was telling friends and family that this is what's going on, you know, they looked at me like I was crazy. Now they can see that this is going on. You know, some of the people, smartest people with degrees and supposed to be doctors and such, embracing this foolishness that they see going on and won't speak out against it. Just say, yeah, this is like it is. That's what they said on the news. That's what they said on the news, Eric. What you talking about? So it's about having integrity, guys. You know, now, like I said about like the image, if I was at gunpoint, perhaps I would compromise my integrity also if it was like a threat of death. But so many people are compromising their integrity way before that point. Way before it gets to the gun point. It's just like, hey, you know, just for a few crumbs they're compromising their integrity, right? So there's a video that I did some months back. I'll put a link up here. But it was about a so-called big man who was threatening to sue me. And he was involved early on in the whole land acquisition that we did for this community migrating culture. And so we had some disagreements about how to proceed, and he made some unrealistic demands about what he wanted, but at first when he approached us, it was like he was just doing this out of the kindness of his heart, and he didn't want anything. And so, and this is how they try and play you. You know, they come like angels, and then, you know, they turn into devils. And but yeah, so he tried to size me up because he thought that, you know, well, here's a guy. He doesn't look like a big man. He's not driving no big fancy car. He takes the trotro and he's walking, and he's not wearing no suit. He doesn't have bodyguards. So I can strong arm this guy, you know. I can make him pay me some ridiculous amount. And so, and you know, the problem with that thinking is, you know, is that you never know who you're sitting there talking to. And when push came to shove, he found out that it wasn't that easy, that he wasn't going to be able to just strong arm me. And so, but early on, you know, to show you about integrity, I could remember the conversations with this very guy involved in the conversation. They were like, you know, yeah, Eric, you know, those people sending you that money, you know, anybody else, you know, man, they liable to get that money and they'd be on a vacation by now. But that was him, you know, and I was listening to him. I was listening to him. So even early on, he was telling me, he was revealing who he was. That, you know, if anybody else got that money, then they would be, got the money, would be gone somewhere on a vacation. I'd say, you know, so this is what, so basically he's saying this is what he would do if people had entrusted him with their money. So it told me a lot about his character. And when it came down to it and he tried to threaten us, he actually invited us to sit down and discuss it, because I told him, you know, we weren't going to be threatened and we weren't going to pay no mob fees. You know, we had agreed to actually award them with a modest amount of money, you know, because there was no contract in place. And I said, you know, I want to give you something. The company wants to give you something as a thank you. But that's going to be on our terms. This is what we want to do. It's not something that we are obligated to do. And I let him understand that. But so he invited us, to try to hash this thing out, and we went to a couple of meetings, and so on one of the meetings, and this is how unscrupulous people can be, but he called himself going to try and record us and get us to commit to something that we weren't committing to. So I didn't even notice he was recording. Well, he didn't. He wasn't. One of his guys were recording us, the conversation, and Brandon noticed it, and he had told me afterwards, that you noticed that, looks like they may have been recording the conversation. I said, no, I didn't notice it. But the thing is, I did not notice them recording, but I never agreed to anything that I didn't want to agree to, and I never compromised my integrity. So even though I didn't notice them record, it didn't matter. It didn't matter because I told them exactly what I wanted to tell them, and this is what I could do. So after the conversation, that he really couldn't get me. So, but he made the insinuation that I agreed to give something that I didn't, and this is when he was like threatening to sue because he said he had evidence. And so I told him, I'm sorry. I don't care what you have, that I didn't say that, and we're not going to agree to anything. So it got very, very nasty in terms of, his threats. And, but I'll tell you, his own relative, his own uncle, called me up one day and said, Eric, I am no longer going to support my nephew. And he's angry. He came over here even threatening to fight me because I wouldn't support him against you. He said, it's not about who I'm supporting. He said, I'm supporting the person that's in the right, and that's you, Eric. That's you. So that's, I'm not going to support what he's doing. I'm not going to go to court with him if he goes. I am going to support the person in the right, and that's you. So this is a person who went against his own blood relative to support the right thing, to do the right thing, all because he knew that I had maintained my integrity throughout this whole deal, right? And he saw that. And he saw his own nephew try and weasel his way into something, and that he know he didn't deserve, and strong-arm us, into doing something that he thought he could strong-arm us into. But if you just maintain your integrity, guys, at the end of the day, you'll be rewarded. You'll be rewarded. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard sometimes in this day and age, man, trying to do the right thing and maintain your integrity. I know it's very difficult, but I'm telling you, if you want to be successful, you want to achieve things, the easy route just seems to, hey man, I'm gonna compromise my integrity. I'm out of here. And usually that might get you some short-term gains, but sooner or later it just all comes crashing down when you just so easily compromise your integrity. It comes back, and even if everything doesn't come crashing back down, it plays with your own psyche. It plays with you mentally, because you knew you had to go to sleep every night saying, man, I compromised myself. I compromised myself. But, at the end of the day, when I go to sleep, I can sleep well because I know I didn't compromise my integrity. I know that I did the right thing, and I'm okay with myself. I'm okay. I'm not losing any sleep at night whatsoever. So, and this is what I tell people: I want you to have inner peace, and I'm gonna have inner peace. I'm gonna do what's right for me. And this same person who, is threatening to sue us and threatening to do this, the end of the day, then after he couldn't just strong arm us and make us do something because he thought he was dealing with I guess some children or some rookies, and when he found out that this wasn't the case, then he tried to appeal to our emotions, like, oh, God's gonna get you. Is God happy with what y'all did to me? Is God happy with what y'all? Now here's a person who threatened us and all kind of manner of things, and then it's like, is God happy with what y'all did to me? What y'all did to me? It's like, man, get out of here. Get out of here with that. So at any rate, guys, I just wanted to vent today about, just maintaining your integrity and just do what is right. You want to be successful, maintain your integrity. I know it's hard. We're living in some very, very difficult times. So, yeah, that's all I want to talk about. If you haven't already done so, guys, we are... we're getting into March pretty good now. I'm telling you, this half-price home promo is ending at the end of March, guys. So what are you waiting? If you haven't jumped onto this thing already, you haven't signed your online construction agreement, you haven't sent your funds in, and you're kind of sitting on the fence, go ahead and get that done. Get that done. Because when it ends, it ends, guys, and then you're gonna be kicking yourself. Like I said in the last video, you're gonna be kicking yourself if you don't get this, if you don't get it, guys. Okay, so go ahead. Half price home promo. It allows you to purchase a home for half the price if you pay the entire amount up front and you wait 3 years, right? That is well worth it. To have a home for half price, guys. So, yeah, go ahead and visit our website, www.migratingculturecrossing.com. Get more details. You see all of our floor plans, all of the retail pricing, and, take advantage of that half price home promo. And, of course, you can always find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Eric McNeal. It's free. And, well, I say, if you like what we're talking about, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like, share, comment. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on this whole thing about integrity in this day and age? All right? And as always, Ooorahhh Uhuru. Now be free.